We're the wrong way around, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, do you know, I was sitting here quite chilled out. I was watching Lavender Moon's video, thinking I was totally prepared, far too cocky as usual, and what happened? Something had to go wrong, didn't it? So hello everybody, welcome. It is lovely to see all these. I was going to say all these faces, but I suppose I'm not seeing all these. Well, I'll see some faces. We circular faces down at the left-hand side. It's lovely to see you all here. Let's see. I've got the lovely Sandra at the Whispering Well. She was the first one in. She says hi, Chris and everyone. We've got lovely Hen or Jen from Jen Science to Soul Tarot and Transformation. I feel as though I keep missing you, Jen. Excuse me. I had a wee bit of to catch my breath there. I feel as I keep missing you in chats and stuff, so I do. And it's like it's starting to feel like I've not spoke to you in ages, so it is. Even though I do like kind of catch you every now and then, so we should have a wee catch up. So we should. Lovely Deanne from Blue Crescent Tarot. Hi Deanne, how are you? I've got Justin's here. We've got V Kestrel. Hi V. Lovely Robin from Toadstool Tarot. He says, hey, lovely Chris, lovely Sandra, lovely Jen, lovely Deanne, and lovely Justin. It's lovely Robin here. Do you know, Robin, see when I said we've got lovely Robin from Toadstool Tarot, that's not something I normally call you. Not in a bad way at all, but it's just not something I normally think to say. I didn't see your comment before I said that there, neither I did, so that's weird, isn't it? Maybe I'd saw it out the corner of my eye, like subconsciously. Who else have we got? Hi, Becca. How are you doing? Beautiful Becca. Who else? The chat jumped. The chat had the audacity to jump. Jackie Jacaranda's here. Party can begin. I need to stop doing that. I've noticed that I do that when I'm reading, when I'm kind of trying to. It's like I make noise to join up the silence. I go do 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 do. I need to stop that, and I need to stop saying in my pre-recorded videos, as I painfully discovered when we did that premiere the other night. Jeez, and right, I saw Simon's name there, so there must be more people that I'm missing. Debbie from Aquarius Owl. Hi, Debbie, how are you? Claire Lisons, sorry, Claire. Sage Advice Tarot. Hi there. There he is, the man himself, Hermit's Cave. Sorry, I'm just talking an absolute lot of shite. I swear it's just tea in my mug. I wish it was something stronger, but unfortunately I'm up early for work. There we go, we had Sage Advice Tarot. Justin says he's trying to get back into his routine. Oh, sorry, that's talking to Deanne. Simon says, how's your evening? My evening's good, Simon, if you are talking to me. I had, let's see, we had Quarren Stream, which was good fun, as always. Yeah, the New Era element. So yeah, Simon, I do have that one. I've got that right here. So I have. I know you were asking in the live stream. Yeah, it's not one that I reach for very often, just because I find the keywords are really kind of thoth, and I don't have anything against thoth. It's not a system I tend to read with, so it's not something that I reach for, but it's a stunning deck. We've got Elaine from Celtic Roots Tarot. Hi Elaine, hope you're doing okay. I think I said V Kestrel, but V, if I didn't, then hello to you. You get 2 hellos. Kristen Louise is here. Hi Kristen, how are you? If anyone in the chat hasn't checked out Kristen's videos yet, then I would encourage you to go and have a look. If one of the mods is handy with the links and can put a wee link in, then that would be great. There's a lot of kind of newer channels coming up that are really, really enjoyable. Kristen being one. So it's Kristen Louise Empress Tarot. We've got Gerald. So we see him in the chats as Tarot Stash, but his channel is the Hermit Mage. And lovely Jamie. We all know Jamie. Jamie's been, she's been around since the day dot, but she's only just started making content. So yeah, guys, if you are able to post links to these channels in the chat, that would be brilliant. But yeah, I was talking about Kristen's just because Kristen's kind of walkthroughs of decks are really, really informative. Kristen does a fantastic amount of research and can really kind of articulate what the information she's wanting to put across really, really well in a way that's enjoyable. It doesn't feel like you're watching a school lecture, if you know what I mean. So definitely check that out. We've got Zane from Tarot Token Witchery. Hi Zane, how you doing? Who else have we got? Lovely Neem. Hi Neem. And Becca was just getting a cup of tea ready. I'm just finishing off my cup of tea, which is actually a good thing because usually I let it go cold and I don't finish it. I'm like gulping down cold tea at the end of the live, which is always bogging. So I'm glad I've actually managed to finish this one. Gosh, I'm getting really distracted today, aren't I? Sorry, guys. But to be honest, I don't. That is going to be a bit informal today because I don't have like a regimented plan, so it is going to be quite chit chatty for a good bit of it. I hope that's okay. I just thought it's just nice to catch up, especially in the way things are just now. I've just come to Simon saying roll call. So I jumped. Deanne, you're an absolute star. Jen, star. Sandra, star. Thank you so much, all of you. Let's see, where was I now? Don't want to lose my place too much. I see Alex. Right, Becca was saying she was making a cup of tea. That was the last thing I saw. Where are you, Becca? Where are you in your cup of tea? There you are. So, Jennifer Ball's Witch House. Hi, Jenna. How are you doing? So you're safe today, Jenna, because the snakes are safely away in their vivariums. They're not coming on to say hello today. So don't need to worry about that. There's Alex there. He says, "What's up, Chris?" Toadstool Tarot says, "I don't mind your musical doot doot doos." Duly noted, Robin. That's good. Sorsha, hi Sorsha, how are you? Because Ishi, hi Ishi, how are you doing, lovely? How is your working week doing? Going? Who else have we got? What's the chat? What's the gossip? I was just about to ask you what what you thought to it, what you thought of it. Was that the New Era Elements? So yeah, stunning deck. Eleanor Piper that created it, she did a live with Spread This Witches years back now. And she is such a lovely person. So she's so down to earth. She's really, really nice. Obviously from what I was able to gauge on the live, but yeah, she just seemed really nice. And yeah, it's a really lovely deck. So it is. I'm a big fan. It's just a shame that it's Thothy because I feel as though I would use it so much more if it wasn't. But that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a stunning deck, and it's nice to pick up for a wee change every now and then. Kristen says, I have nothing against Doth grimaces. There's lots of hellos. V Kestrel says, woohoo! Kristen, just let Blue Crescent Tarot know you'd put me onto her channel. Susie, hi Sue, how are you? I've just seen you, I'm sorry if I've missed you. Jonathan Daly, Jonathan. Justin used the Elemental Power Tarot to do his daily draw, and it's a really deep and beautiful deck. Is that the one that's in the kind of bluey greeny kind of aqua coloured box? The one that's got the pips? The one that we spoke about, Justin. The majors are kind of like the Spacious Tarot, and then the minors are just like kind of just pips. Is that the one? I'm still really not sure what I've not got it yet, obviously. But I'm still not sure whether I want to get that one. Just because I don't know if I would use it. I've got like a similar, like a pip deck where the majors are lovely and the minors are just pip. They're not even like kind of Marseille style pips or like the Tattoo Tarot where it's quite artistic. I just feel as though it's like, Five of Cups, cup, 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 cup. Do you know what I mean? Like I know I don't tend to reach for those decks, and I'm trying not to get stuff if I know I'm not going to use it. I just feel as though it's a bit of a waste. Um, but yeah, Simon says he's so behind on videos. Jonathan says you and me both, Simon. See, I tend to stick a YouTube. I stick a YouTube video on every morning. I'll roll out of bed like 15 minutes before I'm meant to start work, brush my teeth, throw on some clothes, and then I'll kind of start up my laptop, and then I'll kind of go downstairs and make a cup of tea. But all the while I'm doing that, I'll have a YouTube video on. So yeah, I watch one every morning, and then whenever I get kind of chill time, I tend to stick on YouTube. I probably spend a wee bit too much time on YouTube, if I'm totally honest with myself, but I'm not really ready to be totally honest with myself on that. I jumped again. I'm so behind though. Right, let me see if I can move a bit faster through the chat. I'm so sorry if this is boring for you guys. Me randomly chatting about things that you said 10 minutes ago. I'm like that guy that just doesn't get the joke in time, You get it, in fact, 10 minutes later, I start laughing at the joke that somebody told 10 minutes ago. That's what this is like. Right, so Jonathan was saying he was as well. Where was that? Chris, you need a travel mug like Simon, says Saoirse. One that keeps my teeth. That's a good point, actually, isn't it? I should. We've got a link to Gerald's channel as well. Thank you, lovely Sandra. Simon loves some chit chat. Hen says just about to do Jamie's to Deanne. Selkie's here. Hi, Selkie. How are you? You mean childproof, Saoirse? Yeah, do you know the reason it's just because 2 days in a row, Simon couldn't. He locked himself out his mug, and I says it's like childproof, but I don't know. I've got a silly sense of humour sometimes. That's not even. I've got. I can't believe I'm about to tell you this, but so there's one of the things that I use every morning in my work. I get a code from my phone, and it's called a port. And there's a tool that we use to get the code. It's like a 7-digit number. It's called the port allocation tool, and then in brackets it says PAT, port allocation tool. So PAT. So I've put a link to that on my, on my Internet Explorer, but just because I've got a stupid sense of humour and because it gives me a wee chuckle every morning, I've called it Patricia, because obviously Pat is short for Patricia. So that's just a kind of window into my kind of sense of humour. It's not even, it's not funny to anyone else. It's just every morning I see it and it just, don't know, it just brightens up my day. But daft humour is something that I think I get it from my dad. Elaine says, thanks for the links, everyone. I've just subbed. You're very, very welcome. Jenna's given me emoticons here, no snakes. It's minus 24 here today with wind chill, pretty chilly. Or with wind chill. Oh, that sucks, Sue. Kristen likes to do-do-dos as well. Yeah, see, my do-do-dos aren't anywhere near as fun as Kelly Bear's meow meows. I'm not even going to try and they're not even in the same level. Let's see. Becca switched to her phone, so can't tag. Hello, everyone that said hello. Minus 22. So Sue is in Canada. I know she's probably told you this like 5 minutes ago, but she's in Canada. So Alex just subbed to Jamie's channel. Jamie's a wee legend, so she has Alex. She's an absolute legend. Me too, Becca. I'm inside and warm. Neem says, apparently I rewinded the live stream when I got up and just realised links are posting during Chris's hellos. She says, thanks for asking. Slow. So this is Effie's working week. Slow, to be honest, but because of the nature of the job, slow is good news for all. Off tomorrow, back in over the weekend, 10 till 6. Are you doing anything nice with your day off? That's no bad, having a wee Friday off, by the way. That's quite good. I'm working tomorrow and then I'm off for the weekend. Lucky me. Canada expecting minus 28 on Friday. Had it easy so far through this winter. Celtic roots. So Elaine says the key words put me off a bit with new era. Oh yeah, the keywords. Yeah, same Elaine. I can't get into Thoth. Not keen on the imagery. I watched. There's another deck. Another deck that's got keywords is the Brady Tarot. And I watched Casper at the Boy Diviner. He did a walkthrough of that just like this week, and I watched that this morning. I think that was my video that I watched this morning, and I enjoyed that. And I think that deck's really, really nice. That's probably a deck that I will get at some point, even though it has keywords. Now there are some keywords that I think are a bit odd. The main one I can think of is the Seven of Cups being breach. That I'm sure it's Rachel that does the guidebook for it. I'm sure that it's explained beautifully, and if I was to read that, then I would never see the Seven of Cups as anything else ever again. But yeah, just at first glance, breach seems a wee bit weird for that one, so it does. Kathy Kerr, hi Kathy, how are you? She says, hi Chris and card-slinging friends, I'm Thoth obsessed right now. Oh, that's nice. It's not often that we see someone who's like properly like a proper Thoth enthusiast. Try saying that fast. Thoth enthusiast. On you, I think we just tend to see like kind of it's RWS and Marseille the kind of main factions. Sandra says can't get into Thoth, not keen on the imagery. I'm jumping about now, aren't I? Sue says she wouldn't mind swapping places with Jen. But then you'd need to put up with all the spiders, all the kind of creepy crawlies that can, hurt you. Looking forward to Ginger Phase live with Lavender Moon tomorrow on Amber's channel, says Isha. That'll be good. It'll be good to see our Ginger live, won't it? Ginger Phase always in Jilly's kind of Sunday sit with me, so she is, and she's lovely. She's one of the nicest people, isn't she? So it's going to be nice to see her, on the live YouTubes, as it were. Selkie can't wait for the spring, feeling a little fed up, finding this third lockdown harder. have coped until last week. I know. I think it's just it's affecting. This is the thing. It's affecting everyone in different ways. I said what like the quote on the last Guardian stream I did. There's a quote every day. The quote that I said was like one person's easy peasy lemon squeezy is another person's stressy depressy lemon zesty. Um, and that is so true. Like we all can react completely different to the same stimulus. So the same situation. I could thrive, and the person sitting next to me, it could completely finish them off. Um, I think it's just important that you know for us that for the people that feel like they're kind of they're coping, they're doing okay. We kind of need to just do our bit and check in with our neighbour, or not necessarily neighbour literally, but the people around about us. Make sure that everybody else, family, friends, make sure that everybody else is doing okay, and the people who are struggling, we're all here. We're all here for you. Um, don't the most difficult thing can be to actually admit that you're struggling and reach out for help. But we're all one big happy family here, and we're all here for each other. So definitely, anyone who's struggling, I know that I'm here as a kind of a listening ear, and I know I don't only speak for myself. I know I don't stand alone there. There's lots of people that are kind of happy to listen. So yeah, I think we just all kind of need to try and do our bit for each other, don't we? And get ourselves through this. Justin says, yeah, Chris, Thoth is like the neighbour you weren't interested in growing up. You went for the sexy RWS, then the Marseille, but Thoth is starting to look good. Very poetically put, Justin. V says, I'm enjoying learning it too. I find the art from the original to be stunning. And there's another example of one person's, well, I suppose it's not easy peasy lemon squeezy, is it? But, how we all react differently to the same thing. We can react differently to the same thing. So put V Kestrel and Simon next to each other and then put a Thoth deck and, you see two totally different reactions. See, were you getting Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, Chris says Sue? Yes, and I've got it. I've got it here. So I think I'm going to do a proper walkthrough of this. I can show you like some of the cards just now if you want to see them. But I'm planning on doing a proper walkthrough. So you know what I'm like. Let me just swap these around if I'm going to be showing stuff. You know what I'm like. I'm rubbish about talking about cardstock and stuff like that, but they've got this really kind of smooth matte finish. The sides they're edged in black, and I don't know how the edges. Well, actually, they're starting to feel a bit smoother now. But at first, they felt kind of quite rough, almost like slate or like a chalkboard. Do you know that way? Chalkboard, blackboard, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's that kind of slightly rough feeling. And yeah, the cards are absolutely beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to do my walkthrough of it. Justin says yes, Chais. I love the court cards. No people in the deck at all. That's the elemental power. Oh gosh, I must be so behind. Jenna says I'm actually really getting into Lenormand and Kipper. Do you know I've just got a new Lenormand deck, Jenna. This one, the Under the Roses Lenormand, that's a lovely deck. If you haven't got it, check it out. I nearly flung it across the ocean to you there. So I'm actually really getting into the Normand. Oh, jumped again. Let's see how far do I need to scroll up. Is this Rose Petal? Is that Rose Petal, Simon? Oh no, you're talking about You're talking about the Brady Tarot. I thought I'd like finally felt a rose petal deck there. I got all excited. Um, Sorry. Oh gosh, how far behind am I? I can see Els here. I can see Dan. I am. Do you know? I, what time are we on? We're on 12. Does it matter? Do you mind me being this far behind? I'll find out in about 10 minutes, no doubt, whether you mind me being this far behind. Right, there we are. So there was Jenna's comment. And you can see the backs on this as well. They're just this solid black back, which is really, really nice. Really appealed to me when I saw it. Becca, you do not. Becca, you are, see when ever you and Simon and Jen like are pros at comments and lives. Like when I write I think you're the fastest, Becca. I've kind of noticed you are the fastest at picking up on comments. Like you're always on the ball with the comments. So I repudiate that claim. And no, I think you're absolutely fantastic at keeping up with the chat, Becca. I'm always really impressed. I'm always like, I need to strive to be more like Becca. I still need to order this properly actually, because this deck came with all the courts at the end, which was a bit weird. Let's see. Sasha says, so glad that you said that, Chris. I'm going to YouTube quite a bit. No telly. Yeah, that was when I was saying that I watch a lot of YouTube. I would say Marseille is like classical music. RWS is rock and roll. Thoth is like jazz. Name the live was on mute, but I could still hear Chris 2 minutes ago. But the one I was watching was not muted with real-time chat only, so you were watching me like 2 minutes out of sync. That must have been slightly confusing. Um, there are times I start laughing at my own joke 10 minutes after. Oh, there's Dan there. He says, sorry, Chris, I forgot to say hello. I'm listening but busy shaving my head. Cool. I shaved my face earlier on, Dan. Decided to keep a wee bit of designer stubble, but yeah, it was I was getting a proper beard. Alex likes jazz. Simon hates jazz. Elle says hello, hello all. Debbie says I'm able to watch at work because I have a tedious job. I feel like I spend more time with all of you during lives than I spend with my family. Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that sometimes, aren't we? Just Neem says just some chicken tikka masala sprinkled with loads of raw red onions. Yummy. Rather full bellied now. Sounds nice. Jackie says hi, Dan. What to do, guys? Let me know. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to the comments here to the bottom. If there's any particular cards you want to see out of this deck, let me know before I put it away. Right, here we go. We're going to power through. Love Lenormand. Kathy says it's my speciality to combine it with tarot. That's pretty cool. I know that Kelly at The Truth and Story does that. She does she calls it the three voices, unless I'm mistaken. She does like Lenormand, tarot, and then Oracle, which is pretty cool. Dad humor, so that must have been when I was talking about my stupid joke. Mendy, hi Mendy, how are you? Anti-Thoth, anti-poetry, anti-jazz. Simon at the Hermit's Cave. Sheesh. Tell us how you really feel. Simon is always very clear about how he feels about things. Jen's here. Hi Jen, how are you? Just finished with our lunch break. Just finishing up my lunch break with you all, she says. Didn't know you took a lunch break, Jen. You always seem to be working morning, noon and night. Work too hard. Uh, she says, I just started painting my Wild Unknown and forgot Chris was on. What do you mean painting it? What are you doing to it? Are you colouring it in? Painting it? That'd be pretty cool. I want to see that when it's, well, uh, you should do it. If that's what you're doing, Mendy, you should do like a video of the process. I'm planning on trimming my druid craft and I was going to make a wee video. Um, the thing is though, I'm not the best with kind of modding videos and stuff. So like I think it's quite good to be able to speed videos up in that, and I'm not sure if I have the ability to do that. So yeah, I think it was Simon. I think it was Neem that said that. If it was the "Tell us how you really feel" comment, I imagine it was probably Neem. Yep, it was Neem. Definitely, it was Neem. There you go. Um, Deanne says might take tomorrow off. Seems like it's been a long week. Are you going live tomorrow, Deanne? I know you normally do a wee live on a Friday. As she says, I plan on connecting deeply with friends, video chats, and some card slinging. That'll be exciting-ish. Eh, Simon says rose petals. Oh yeah, but I clocked that, didn't I? Had a dream last night that I went on a hike through the woods to get to your house for a tarot hangout. It was fun. Oh, you're saying that to Mendy? I was going to say it'll take more than a hike through the woods to get to my house, Deanne. um, People are asking how Justin's feeling. Um, Alex says he just unboxed the TSR Dodal. Dodal or Dodali? Definitely a purchase inspired by you. That Mendy made me do it. I sent you mine. Will you paint mine too? Wild Unknown. Full moon in Leo tonight. I'll keep my spiders over the cold. Really, Jen? Really? You would rather have like venomous spiders than the cold? I'm quite happy with the cold and rain in Scotland. Thank you very much. um, well, after about 2 hours, I have the 2 cards done, so maybe in the next decade. Maybe that's hardcore if you're painting them. Chris is like, oh, I'm a really 15 minutes behind, right? Do you know what? I'm going to kind of catch myself up. I'm just going to look for orange just now. Mendy was saying, do you like something? We're just going to hit the orange comment. So if anyone particularly wants my attention, then tag me so I see it in orange. Do you love it, Chris? I adore the cardstock. That you're talking about this? Yeah, I do. Uh, I've not used it. I've not even shuffled it yet, Mendy. But I'm going to do a walkthrough. And yeah, after I've done that, I'll be using it pretty frequently. I think. The images are stunning. It's funny. I got it on Monday when we had my niece, and she was looking at it, and I was kind of going through the cards, and she was saying, "That's my mummy. That's my mummy. That's my mummy." So every card was her mummy. And then, like when we were kind of when I was looking through the minors, she was going, "They're sleeping, and they're awake, and they're sleeping, and they're awake." And I was like, "Do you know, she's not exactly wrong. Like it is very kind of, it's she's picking up on the kind of active passive thing, which I thought was actually pretty cool." Um, but anyway, yeah. Uh, let's see. Oh gosh, I am so far behind. I'm so sorry. Um, Mendy, you've said yes. I'm using metallic paint to colour it in. I'm doing it slowly, so I might record a few cards as I do them. That'd be pretty cool. She says, I can see the. Oh, can I see the Hierophant, Temperance, and Death? Of course you can. So the Hierophant. So the thing about the majors-ish is it's kind of like it's almost like it's the same character going all the way through the majors. So you see her there, her or them or whatever you want to call them. The only card, wait, what was the other? What was the next one? Temperance and Death. The only card where it looks like a kind of different person is the Devil. So there's Death. So it's just this kind of skeleton lying in the ground. Obviously, Death looks different, but I mean, you know, you can assume that that's the same person, character, and Temperance. Dan, I'm going to try going live tomorrow morning. Cool. That's great. That'll be my afternoon, won't it? So that'll make my afternoon pass. Let's see, has anyone else asked to see any cards from this? Don't think so. Shadowed Woodland, hi, how are you doing? We'll get Kay Thompson. I don't think I saw you before, Kay. So hello, how are you? Shadowed Woodland has asked to see the Nine of Swords. Oh, there you go. I just flicked right to it. That's the Nine of Swords there. Really, really nice. And that's the 10. The 10. I'll just move the camera. Sorry, guys. Hit the arm. That's the 10. Else. Deanne says hashtag walkthrough with Sophie. Oops. Don't apologise. It's fun. No, that's fine. I love that death. It's one of my favourite death cards, says Mendy. Oh, that's pretty cool. I saw a stunning death card very recently. Now, it was Simon. I think it was one of the ones that you had shown. I think it was like any death card that's got a skull in it is always really nice. I love the one from the Brady Tarot, but there was one that you showed the other day. It might have been the Lumina. I'm not sure, but I admit I said that would make a lovely tattoo. As she says, thanks, I do like this deck. Is it on LRT, Little Red Tarot? This one or Brady? Brady's on Little Red Tarot. This one you need to get through. So if you search for the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, you can then you it encourages you to get it from. It's this. So I'll try and show you my address. I don't want you sending strippers to my door, but yeah, it's Kismet Berlin. So anyone in the UK or in Europe, I think they encouraged to get it from here. And they were really nice, so they were. But yeah, just search for Tarot the Holy Spectrum, and the kind of site leads you to where to go for it. Sorry, I'm bringing the camera in and out of focus. That's the second edition. I didn't realise it had shipped. Yeah, that's right, Mendy. It has. Mine's came really fast as well. Simon said I can't decide. Maybe it's a sign not to buy. Well, I'm planning on doing a proper walkthrough, Simon. So see what you think after seeing each and every card. You said yeah, Lumina. That's the one. Yep. Okie dokes. Right. I don't think I'm seeing any other card requests. Oh, Kay says, can I see the Empress? You sure can. So that's the Empress there. Oops. Beautiful. I love all the kind of the intricate detail on it. Said, can we see the Empress as well? Oh, thank you, Deanne. Amazing. So that's the Kismet Berlin. That's for anyone in the UK or in Europe that wants to buy it. I think if you're in the US, you can probably buy it from them direct. You just search for Tarot the Holy Spectrum. It's Chase Voorhees. Is that how you say his name? He is the creator. I just bought the first edition from Jamie Kelly. Cool. Oh, Yay Not Pregnant, is that what you were looking for? I think you'll be happy with the first edition, Jonathan. I am, says Mendy. How many hours is your tomorrow meeting, Deanne? Your tomorrow morning, Deanne? Yep. Okay. So, where are we? We're at 20 to 10. So, what I was actually going to do, I was just going to show a couple of things. It was really just to kind of, I don't know, I just wanted to big up our wee community because I've been really lucky lately and I've been sent quite a few really kind gifts. And I just wanted to talk a wee bit about some of the stuff that I've been sent. And just say thank you. So you can actually see in the corner of the screen. So I use stones. I like to have them on the table anyway when I'm reading, but I use them to mark where the corners are, just so that I know where I'm putting the cards down, roughly. But this wee stone here, this is a wee amethyst stone. They're both amethyst stones, and they were both gifts. This one was from Sandra, who sent me this along with these Harry Potter playing cards, and this was a gift from Simon. But yeah, these are pretty cool. So I think they're kind of in order. So each of the cards has like a. In fact, I won't go through each and every card because I've got a couple of decks that I want to show. Those stones need names, said Mendy. No, only Sandra's. For now, only Sandra's. It's like, I'll show you what I'm meaning for the people that don't know what or who Sandra is. So this kind of onyx egg is called Sandra. So only Sandra is special enough just now to actually have a name. In lives, it would be a good idea to place the cards to the right when you have your phone landscape. The chat covers cards. Oh, so you mean have the two screens the other way about? I don't actually know if I can do that, do you know? No, that's not. That's just making them the same size. Like I can switch them about like that, but then they're the same size, whereas I quite like having it so that, when I'm actually doing readings or showing cards like this, which card is McGonagall? It's the Queen of Clubs. But yeah, I like it like that, just so that it's nice and big and you can see the cards that I'm laying out for you. So yeah, this was a gift from lovely Sandra, which I very much appreciate. I'm interested actually to use it to do some playing card readings. I think it'll be unusual, because obviously with playing card readings, you're normally just taking your hits from, the pips and whatnot, but having characters on them, and given that I know Harry Potter quite well, so I'll know who most, if not all, of the characters are. I'm interested to see how that's going to affect how I read the cards, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. So it will. So yeah, that was a gift from Elsie's. Does Sandra approve of the egg? Yes, she does. As far as I'm aware, she's quite happy that the egg is named after her. I'm pretty sure Sandra was there when it happened, Dale. But I have checked with her since, and she's all good with it. Let's pop that back there. Let's see if I'm missing any comments. Name the one on the left, Patricia. Patricia's my port allocation tool. I see Patricia every morning. Can't have two Patricias in my life. Good old Sandra, pride of place. You've helped me make my mind up, Elle. Thank you. What did Elle say? That was one of the decks I brought to Glastonbury. Is that Spectrum? Did you not like it? Is this the deck with the werewolf in it? Says Lisa. The Harry Potter one? I'm not sure. It'll probably I'm pretty sure it has Remus Lupin in it. Whether it has him as a werewolf, I'm not 100% sure, sorry. Okay. I mean, does Egg Sandra like the new Oh, sorry, right, I've got you. I'm sure Egg Sandra loves the new deck. Egg Sandra's freezing. Right. The next thing that I just wanted to chat about, I've kind of talked about this, like I put a post on the Tarot Playdate site. I just realised this is too big to actually fit into the shot. The Druidcraft Tarot. So this was Simon that kindly sent me this, just out of the blue, really. Says you need to have this deck. I think he was horrified that I didn't have it. So he sent me a copy of it. And I spent an amazing afternoon like going through all of the cards, looking at all of the imagery, reading up on the cards. As you can see here, I still need to trim it. And I've been thinking about how I'm going to trim it, and I think I'm going to take it, I'm going to leave the stone borders and just take the white off. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and I'm thinking about doing I think I said earlier on, I'm thinking about doing a video of it. If I can suss out how to speed it up and whatnot. She says, Elle, where are the links to the deck class? She's a good egg, says Saoirse. Justin's fallen off before. What's that, the treadmill or the elliptical? I think that's the most famous crystal on YouTube, and quite rightly so. So Sandra should be the most famous crystal on YouTube. You should you should put a little hat on it. That would be hilarious. A wee hat and a wee wig, a wee Sandra wig. Goodness me. Gentle kick of butt, but lovingly. Never any pressure from me. Oh, that's fab. And Druidcraft is a great deck, says Sandra. I modded this deck recently. How did you mod it, Shadowed Woodland? Like, did you trim it? Did you edge it? Did you do both? I'm interested, and if you trimmed it, how did you trim it? Because there's different ways to trim this deck. Well, you can take it down to purely just the image. You can have, like what I'm going to do with all the stone borders, or you can have just like take off the external stone border essentially and just have like the image and the title. Jonathan's got to go and help Apollo with his schoolwork. Lots of love to all. Bye, Jonathan. Good luck doing the homeschooling. I hope it goes okay today. And say hi to Apollo from all of us. Yeah, we did an amazing job modding the Druidcraft. Yeah, she did. I was talking to Elle about it, wasn't I? I love that Ace of Swords. It reminds me of the Lady of the Lake with the sword. for anyone that's watched Merlin. Justin, I know you've been watching Merlin lately. But yeah, this is an amazing deck, so it is. Both, I posted a pic in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, took off all the borders and left the titles on. Right, okay. Jenna's off too. Bye, Jenna. You enjoy the rest of your evening. So, Elf, you modded Jilly's copy of this deck, didn't you? So I know I asked you this, but I've forgotten. And plus, you probably actually said it already in the chat. Maybe I should just stop being lazy and look. No, I can't see that you have. How did you mod Jellies? Did you take it to the full stone border, or was it just like kind of the images with the titles, like taking the outside stone border off? If you were to mod it, Chris, how would you do it? Sorry if you said nip to the loo. No, that's okay, Simon. I think I'm going to leave the stone borders on, so I'm going to take it just down to the external stone border. Essentially, just take the whites off. Mendy took it down to no borders but left the titles. Yeah, I think that Simon, that's what you've got a couple of copies, but that's your main kind of your workhorse copy. That's what, how you have it, isn't it? We just down to the images with the titles. So L took the white bits off, kept the stone borders. Yeah, I want to do it right, cool. So yeah, this is a lovely deck. It was a really kind gift because it came. I don't think I actually said to you at the time, Simon, but the day that this came through, I don't really know if I mentioned this to very many people. But it would have been a Sunday, I think, a Sunday. We were trying to rearrange our upstairs and downstairs living rooms, and we were trying to move couches, swap the couches between the rooms essentially. And we basically spent half the day moving the upstairs couch downstairs, and then when we went to move the downstairs one upstairs, it wouldn't fit into the stairway. So we were both raging, we were tired, we were cranky, and yeah, we just couldn't. We were fed up after that. So this gift was really very, very much appreciated. Just kind of cheered me up, you know. So yeah, it was appreciated in more ways than one. But yeah, that was the Druidcraft. Now, I've got a couple of books actually that had been sent to me by a friend. They're Mary Greer books. So again, these are only going to fit in. I wonder if I do that. So it's this 21 Ways to Read a Tarot Card by Mary Greer. So it's got all these different kind of activities in it. It's almost like an exercise book, take you back to your school days. I need to read it properly, to be honest. I've not like properly gone through it. I'm quite a slow reader. So yeah, but I need to kind of sit with it and spend time on it. But yeah, 21 Ways to Read a Tarot Card, and then Who Are You in the Tarot, both by Mary Greer. And I've heard, I got this just recently, but I've heard like this book being spoken about and talking about, how you get your kind of your personality and soul cards and all that kind of stuff. And it's an amazing. They're both amazing books. And then, so the last one I was going to talk about is this. So our lovely Neem Essence 818. I'm missing loads of comments. Sorry, guys. Neem sent me a message and said, I've came across a deck and I really want you to have it. I think you should have it. I think you said to me this will be like your UGG socks. So I was like, oh, what's that going to be? So and it was this. I think just because she knows how much I love the Light Seers, and this is another deck by Chris Ann. So this is the Sacred Creators Oracle. And yeah, she sent this through to me, and it came through in a matter of what, a day, a couple of days or something. Beautiful. I love the how the back. I think all of Chris Ann's decks have the same kind of style of back, just with different colouring. So these like kind of white with, is that gold? I think it's gold. It's really stunning. Lovely cardstock, nice papery matte cardstock. And oh, you've used Amazon UK, yeah. And it's just these wee messages, but they've got these wee kind of simplistic symbols on each one. Um, in the book, it says you should go through it and find the cards that you really connect with and the ones you don't connect with so much first before you start shuffling and doing different things. So I still need to do that. So I do. I've not been right all the way through, and kind of thought about all of them and stuff. So I want to do that before I start shuffling it and using it. But yeah, it was just a really kind gift from lovely Neem. It wasn't for any reason at all except that Neem's just an amazing, beautiful person, and she knew it would make me smile, so she sent it to me. So yeah, that those were kind of some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. Now, obviously, there's the elephant in the room is there's this is the deck that I'm going to be doing some readings. By the way, I probably should have said at the start. So going to do some readings. If anyone's got a question that they want to be read for, then please do pop it in the chat. Either probably tag me in orange is the easiest way to get my attention just now. But yeah, I'm going to use the Zaney Tarot. Now, I actually do have a walkthrough of this, a detailed walkthrough where I go through it. To be honest, it's nearly an hour long. I'm thinking about doing it as another premiere. If you guys would like that. I was saying to Simon the other night, I don't want to overdo it with premieres, but I do think that it's quite a nice kind of opportunity just kind of to get everybody together. It was nice doing it on Tuesday because we don't tend to have lives on Tuesday. So I don't know, it just kind of gets everybody together, and apart from Quarren Stream, obviously. But yeah, I really enjoyed it and just kind of chatting to everyone and stuff. So I was going to kind of maybe do that again. So yeah, I've already got one filmed and it's actually on my channel as an unlisted video. So I might schedule it as a wee preview at some point if he's fancy. Yeah, so anyone's got any questions, then please pop them in the chat. Tag me in orange if you want to be read with the Zaney Tarot. And there we are. So would love a premiere, right? Okay, cool. So Jen says, I'd love a general reading with the Zaney Tarot, please. Okay. So let's give it a good shuffle. It's a lovely deck to riffle shuffle this and get a nice long bridge. I do love that. It's quite satisfying. So we'll do a general reading for our lovely Jen. Robin really loves it when tarot tubers do live in their cars videos. I don't know why. Maybe it takes me back to college days when my car was my home away from home. Live in their cars? I'm so confused. Am I missing the boat? I don't think I've seen a tarot tuber do a live in their car video, or do you mean a general YouTuber, Robin? Right, so let's see what the Zaney Tarot's got to say to our lovely hen. Okay. Okay, seems to want to split there. So let's see. We've got strengths. Seven of Wands, standing your ground, fighting the good fight. So Jen, coming up for you as a strength, you get your, like I just said, don't know why I felt the need to start the reading again there. That was weird. You've got your Seven of Wands coming up. So I've just seen Simon saying he's going to head to bed. Great chat, Chris. Thank you, Simon. Thank you very much for being here, and you have a good sleep, okay? Um, Seven of Wands. You've got this kind of big, what looks like a big mansion type house, and then you've got this gate up. So it does look. It's very much puts me in mind of like setting your boundaries, like set clear boundaries. Okay, that's a strength that you've got that you're maybe going to have to tap into. You're maybe going to have to use. Um, stand in your ground. So if someone's trying to breach that boundary, if somebody's trying to push their luck a wee bit, maybe, then you're maybe going to have to be like, no, I'm sorry, but this is what I've said. Um, this is what I'm comfortable with, and this is what I'm not comfortable with. And we're not, I'm not deviating on that, So maybe just having to kind of stick up for yourself and stay true to yourself a wee bit, know your own mind kind of thing. Now for a weakness, it's funny, isn't it, how these things work? And I'm just realised I'm not really fitting them in very well, am I? Let's see if I move Sandra up a wee bit. Sorry to move you out of the shot, Sandra. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? So it's the strength card that's coming up now. Last week I did roundtable reading with Mendy, and Mendy changed my view on the strength card for the better, for the so much better. Um, So strength, it's always been about self-confidence, It's always been about, letting yourself shine and not being ashamed of yourself. But it's about kind of learning to control that inner critic. See that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, you can't do this. That just constantly critiques yourself and questions yourself. You don't want to kind of kill it altogether. You don't want to completely put it out of mind, because it's always good to be looking to improve yourself. That's always something that we always want to do. But at the same time, you don't want to let it get out of control, because that's where self-doubt and all that kind of thing, like that's when you really kind of let that get away with you. So we need a good balance, and the strength card is all about achieving that balance. That's taming the lion. That is what we see in the strength card. That is the journey. So just like I said, standing your ground, and just setting clear boundaries and being clear that I'm not going to let anyone come through this boundary, and really kind of trying to stick to that. Believe in yourself, have that self-confidence to say, no, do you know what, I'm right, I've set this boundary for a reason, and I'm not going to let anyone kind of talk me around. I'm not going to let that kind of self-doubt come in and tell me, all right, okay, well, maybe I'm being a bit stingy, or all right, okay, maybe I was wrong. I think that's what's coming up really strongly for you there, Hen. Now let's look and see what asset you've got. So, right, okay, so we've got the Eight of Swords coming up as an asset. So this is something that you can use to your advantage. All right, so it's an interesting card to come up for that. Normally, we associate the Eight of Swords with, that feeling of being trapped, of being suppressed. Usually, it's all very much it's an in your mind journey, it's a mental journey rather than a physical one. You very rarely find yourself being physically trapped in this situation. It's more trapped in your mind. And I suppose that in itself can be an asset. You've got all the power. Do you know what I mean? That is one thing about the Eight of Swords, an Eight of Swords situation. All of the power is in your hands. It's really for you to decide, when are you going to move on from this stalemate, this kind of situation of being in status. All right. And then an opportunity coming up for you. So we've got the Four of Cups. So you really kind of pick up on this one, the kind of dissatisfaction, this kind of lack of reaction to stimulus. I mean, we normally associate this as being quite a negative card. I do think that it does speak about emotional stability, right? At its kind of core, when you look at the element and the numerological association, we are looking at emotional stability. Quite often in the RWS, it kind of it veers off to a point where it's like too stable. Things have got quite stale. But at its core, you've got this opportunity, this potential to develop this stability. And it can be like a lack of reaction to stimulus, so the kid's just not interested in what's going on around about him. But that is something that you can use to your advantage, because when you have this kind of situation where perhaps you need to be quite defensive, not reacting to the stimulus, not reacting or not overreacting is is actually a good place to be. All right. But it's an opportunity. It's not an absolute given. All right. So you've got this kind of work to do. And I think it's like kind of that strength card is really kind of shouting out loud. And that Seven of Wands card is really kind of, it's really speaking loudly for me to you. So yeah, I'm not even been paying attention to the comments to see, whether that makes sense, whether that doesn't make sense. He said, combo of cards makes so much sense to me right now, Chris. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. I'm glad. So that was that. Ishi has said, can I get a general reading around reconnecting with what is calling to me? Okay. Going to do a wee 3 card for this one, Ishi, because I've got a specific spread position meanings in mind for it. Oops. Right. So how does Ishi reconnect with what is calling to her? Let's have a wee look at that. Is one of the cards flipped over? Yeah, it has. That's weird. The Fool card was flipped. So apparently it doesn't want you to have a 3 card reading, it wants you to have a 4 card reading. So, I mean, I think that's going to be your overall answer, Actually, you just really need to go for it. The Fool is actually one of these cards, I think, that can be quite hard to read, because we think of the Fool as this potential and go for it and all that. But then when you think the number 1 is about potential energy, do you know what I mean? I think it's like, see if you think about it as like kind of the story of creation, whatever story of creation you like. I personally like Gaia and Uranus and all that kind of thing, and then they make the Titans and everything. Where was I going with that? Why did I start talking about that? Because I was saying about reading the Fool. So it's easy to think about the first thing, Gaia, and then the second, when there was 2, there was Gaia and Uranus, masculine, feminine, passive. I was going to say passive aggressive, active and passive, whatever you want to deem it. Thinking back to before there was anything at all, when there's like literally nothing. Because even if you think about the universe right now and take out all of the planets and stars and everything that there is, you've still got the universe itself in my mind, haven't you? So it's really, really difficult. I think it's like almost where we're not capable of imagining the zero situation. And I think that's why, at least for me, maybe I'm just talking about myself, but that's why the Fool can be so difficult to kind of grasp the message and to read. But I mean, let's think about what the usual message of the Fool is then. So it's all about like kind of just forget what you know. Do you know what I mean? You know nothing, and that's fine. That's good. We all need to kind of start from that situation. See, when you accept that, when you accept that you you know nothing, then you open yourself up to learning. So you do. It's that beginner mindset thing. I think Jonathan was talking about it on Catching Up with Simon. You really kind of open your mind up and you start to you gain this ability to take in so much information when you just accept that you're at that zero stage. What I really like about this Fool card, I don't know if you can see it in the corner there, is there's a bird's nest with eggs. And I think an egg is quite a good symbol for this kind of zero Fool energy, because it's like it's before the birth, it's before the entity, it's like the idea of the cosmic egg. So anyway, after all that, let's actually pull some cards for you, Issue. So the situation we've got is the Four of Pentacles. So that would suggest that at the moment you're trying to hold on to something that maybe you're holding on too tightly to something to a point where you've reached that point where you're struggling to actually realize its worth. You're that feared to lose it, that you're not loosening your grasp on it. It's almost like you're smothering it. Now, normally with the Four of Pentacles, we associate that with finance and money and things like that. You know, we think of people who don't invest their money properly, so they're maybe just keeping it in you know, a bank account where you don't gather any interest or anything like that on it. You know, which means yeah, it's there for you. You know, whenever you need it, it means there's zero risk. But if you don't take any risk, then you don't gain. So that's that explained from a finance point of view, which is normally kind of where we're looking with the Four of Pentacles, but you can associate that to a great number of things. All right. Your question is quite general, so I'm going to let you maybe connect the dots and put context around it. But that's what I would say to you is right now, if you feel as though you're grasping a bit too tightly onto someone or something, then that's maybe just something to think about. The advice that it's got for you is the Hermit. The answers are within you. All right. You're not going to, with this particular situation, problem, you're not going to gain anything from asking the person next to you, how did you do it? Oh, that's how you do it. You make yourself a cup of tea and then you meditate for 5 minutes and then, you know, these are your steps. Oh, well, if I do that, then it'll work for me. That'll be it. It's not going to be like that. It's very much your own personal journey. And the key is to kind of look inside yourself to gain that knowledge of self. That's what's really going to kind of open you up to the kind of answers that you're seeking. Let me just look back at your question, Ashay. I'm sorry. Reconnecting with what is calling out to you. So yeah, it's all about kind of getting to know yourself a wee bit more. All right, connect to yourself before you connect to anything else, I think is what this is saying. So let's have a wee look at the outcome. Well, I mean, connection, when you're talking about connecting to something, what better outcome could you want than the Ten of Cups? That is the, you know, the entirety, the completion of forming a connection with something. So it is. And what a beautiful card that is. Let me just show you up close. So yeah, you're doing absolutely fine. You're doing more than fine. You're doing amazing, Ishay. Be more confident in yourself. And yeah, work on connecting to yourself, and then the connections with other people, other entities will follow. Alrighty. Right. So I'm connecting Four of Coins. Cool. You can let me know if that made sense, Ishay. Just a wee thumbs up, or you can message me later and just let me know if it, you know, if it really didn't. Then we can, you know, we can maybe do a wee Skype or a wee Zoom call or something and look at it a wee bit more detail. I wouldn't mind doing that. Let's see. Sandra loves watching people riffle shuffle. I'll do another one for you then, Sandra. There we go. Just for you, Sandra. So, Kay, are you next? You are. You'd love a reading if you have time. General is great. Okie dokie. Right, okay. Oh, okay. Strengths. We've got the Lovers card coming up. I mean, so right away we're looking at connecting with other people, aren't we? We're looking at kind of that harmony that we look for in the Lovers. But if we look a wee bit deeper at the Lovers, and I need to kind of talk a bit about the Fool's journey here. The Fool, when he's going through the first 4 or 5 major Arcana cards, he's learning what's expected of him. All right, he's kind of coming into himself. He, from the especially like the Empress, you know, nourishes him to grow. The Emperor kind of like brings him into line. You know, the Emperor really sets out, listen, this is what you can do and this is what you cannot do. This is what I expect from you. The Hierophant teaches him a bit about society, you know, about his culture, and says, right, this is what your community expects from you. This is how you're expected to act. The Lovers is when the Fool branches out. That's when he does something for himself. He does it because that's what his heart is telling him to do, not because it's what his community or his family or anyone else expects from him. It's when he really kind of breaks out and does something for himself. It's his first kind of independent decision. All right. So this coming up as a strength tells me, Kay, that you're a really kind of independent thinker, and just person in general. So that's a lovely strength to come up. I'm wondering why it's coming up for you. But again, like I'd said to Ashley, if you can put context around this, then that's all good. Um, let's have a wee look and see what comes up as a weakness. So we've got the Hanged Man coming up. Okay. So the Hanged Man is usually where we take a different perspective in order to see the way forward. All right. Now, if that's coming up as a weakness, then that tells me that you're maybe hitting the same, you're tackling the same problem in the same way, and you're hoping that at some point it's going to be different. Um, or maybe we're looking generally, at you and a tendency that you have. But certainly, if the Hanged Man is a weakness, represents a weakness that someone has, or like a limitation, it suggests that they maybe struggle to look at things from a different point of view, and use that to enable them to see the way forward. It can also be about, when we say from a different point of view, obviously usually we're not talking literally. I'm not expecting you to go and hang yourself up. In fact, please don't do that. Um, you know, Disclaimer, I don't encourage people to hang upside down by their foot from a tree. Um, but usually when we're looking at this kind of thing, where it's about making sacrifices, all right? It's about being able to let go of things in order to move forwards. So is there something that you're holding on to? Are you basically trying to keep things the same way that they are, despite the fact that maybe a change is needed? So there's some questions maybe that you can think about. Um, and an asset that you've got is the Two of Pentacles. I normally think of the Two of Pentacles as the kind of spinning the plates card. It's like it's that situation where you've got a lot on your plate. You try to do a lot of things at once. You know how I love to speak in analogies, so apologies if more than one is coming out at the one time. But you're trying to spin a lot of plates at once. You're trying to keep them all spinning and keep them in the air. With that situation, normally you've got a decision to make. You either decide to let one of the plates fall. You're not going to be able to keep this situation up forever and ever. At some point, one of the plates is going to fall because you're kind of out of balance. You're putting too much effort into all of the stuff that you're trying to keep going. So you've got a choice. You can decide to consciously let one of them fall. Say, right, this is what I don't need to focus on right now. That plate can fall. and then that lets you put your time into the rest. Or the other choice is you try and keep doing what you're doing, and eventually something falls of its own accord. And when that happens, usually it knocks you off balance, it throws you for a bit, and you know, you've got the potential for other plates to fall just because you kind of lose your balance. Now, that's totally speaking in analogies, but it does kind of apply to life as well. Normally with Pentacles, we're thinking about really material things. We're thinking about the essence of life. We're thinking about our health. We're thinking about our money. We're thinking about all of the things that kind of bring us the basic needs, basic security and safety that we need. So trying to do too much in the physical realm, spreading yourself too thin, it's it's not something that we can keep up indefinitely. But the Two of Pentacles coming up suggests that you've got the power to change that situation. If you can step back, look at all of the things that you're currently trying to keep doing, and make a decision as to what you're going to, what's important now and what can go in the back burner, then you'll be able to move forward in such a way that you'll really be able to kind of focus your time on the things that matter. And that is an asset. That's something that we, being able to make that choice is definitely a good thing. So let's see what opportunity have we got. So we've got the Five of Wands coming up now. Normally associate that with some difficulties. Fives usually change and instability. Not normally the kind of thing that we like to see. Sometimes it can be purely just be healthy competition though. All right, Five of Wands, it's that ability to interact with others. Usually in the fives, there's another outside party coming in and bringing another dynamic into the situation, and it's that change of dynamic that's the key word for the five. The change of dynamic that can sometimes knock us off our kilter. It can make us feel unstable. Okay, it's not always a bad thing. See if we can learn to negotiate that. It's actually quite healthy to um, to train ourselves to compete, because we're animals at our very kind of base nature. It's in our nature to compete, and if we can do that in a healthy way, that lets us grow and progress, then that's the dream of the Five of Wands. It's been able to kind of tackle that energy in a healthy way. And there's definitely, if that's coming up for you as an opportunity, then there's there's the ability to do that. So yeah, let us know. I've just seen your comments saying, have you got a direct line to me? This is so happening. Oh, that's good. It's not me. It's all in the cards. No, I'm only joking. Let's see. Okay, so that was Kay. Let's see. Justin says full body workout or isolated target workouts to start with. Okay. So this is about your kind of gym routine, Justin. You're wanting to know whether it would be best to do a kind of general full body workout or whether you should be targeting different areas. So it's going to be interesting to see how the cards want to answer that one. There's a card that popped out for you. So it's a she, isn't it? She's working out her full body, pushing that rock up that hill. That's working everything out. There's not one bit of her, not one fiber of her being that is in rest there. She is giving everything that she's got to get that work done. She's persevering. She's the Knight of Pentacles. So she's, perseverance being willing to stick at it, at what you're doing, and not being too deterred by the prospect that the end result, the end game, what am I trying to say, Chris? Come on, right, calm down. The end goal, might be a bit further down the line than what you know. It's not going to be instant gratification, right? But being able to stick at it, and yeah, just looking at that visual, I would say full body workouts for now, Justin. I feel as though one card is, if I start pulling other cards, I'm going to start getting mixed messages. So you've got a wee one card reading there, Justin. You know, if you want to ask something else, you can always pop another question in. But I feel as though that's giving you quite a nice answer to your question, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead on that one. So yeah, I think I saw Elle say that was a perfect card for that question. It really was, wasn't it? Okay. Oh, right. Robin says Brant did a walkthrough in his car. Right. Okay. Okay. I have probably seen it, and to be honest, Robin, my head's up my arse half the time. I probably didn't even notice he was in his car. Let's see. I saw something about Neem recording videos. What? Neem? Have you been on YouTube? I was live on the TDM group meeting in my car on a stormy day. When were you in the TDM group? Is that the week that I didn't make it? Were you there, Neem? No one told me that Neem was there. I didn't know that. Let's see. Becca's heading to bed night, Chris and everyone. Good night, Becca. You have a good sleep. I almost said you have a good sleepy. That's what I say to my niece. Have a good sleepy. Sorry. Fake news. Elgo General. I jumped there, the chat jumped big time. I can see you've thought of a question, El, but let me just see if there's anything in between. Oh, there's so much chat. Right, there we go. So the deck is on Make Playing Cards, Sandra. If you're talking about the Zaney, there's a link to it in the description of the video. I should have said that, sorry. So definitely check that out. Oh yeah, she says yeah, it's in the same place as Oracle. Right, okay, we got that. Flip card kind of week. If I'm missing anyone's questions, then please shout at me. Oh, Deanne's keeping me right. Thank you so much, Deanne. So you said Kay's next. Justin's going to start using the word I, just to see how the people around about me respond. Aye. Many thanks, but that's good. I'm glad, Ishy. Oh, you've disappeared now. Are you just further down? There you are. Right. So I can't see that anyone has asked a question in between. So if I'm missing you out, then just shout at me and let me know, okay? But Elle says, I've thought of a question, Chris. Could I have a reading, please? I'm midway through filming a video and I want to make sure that I do it justice. Could I get some advice? I'm procrastinating. Okay, so is this a video for YouTube, El? Because that would be pretty cool to see. And just the me part of me wants to just say to you, whatever you do will be amazing, and we'll do it justice. Because I know what you're like. I've seen, you know, how you research stuff and how you ambulance, how you tackle stuff when you get passionate about something. But well, let's see what the cards say. Okay, so what advice have we got for Elle? So the situation that you're in is the Queen of Cups. And can I just focus in on this Queen of Cups? Because one of the things that Zane does, and I think it does it really, really well, is he's really kind of explored gender norms and what's the word, gender roles. So he has. So in this Queen of Cups, we appear what appears to be or what strikes me as being a more masculine figure, but in the kind of the wearing a dress, wearing, is that a crown or a tiara? I'm not sure, but anyway, it's just really kind of, I really like what he's done with it. I like how he's made it a bit different, different from the kind of stuff that we normally tend to see. So anyway, sorry. So the situation that you're in right now, El, you've got the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, for me, the elemental association there is water and water. So very much in touch with your emotions and your feelings, and you're really kind of connecting to what you're trying to do. Now, that can be an absolutely excellent thing. Ultimately, when you're endeavouring to do something, you're working on a project, it's important that you connect to it, because if you don't connect, then that's going to show in the end product. But at the same time, sometimes you can almost drown yourself in the water. You can drown yourself in that emotion. You can, whilst it's important to connect to something, kind of like what I was saying to Hen earlier on, we need to set boundaries, and it's just to protect ourselves. It's not that we want to come off cold or disconnected or anything like that. It's just good to have those healthy boundaries. It just keeps us it keeps our feet on the ground, and it keeps us kind of all good as far as our mental health is concerned. And this is the case when it comes to like kind of work or anything that we're trying to do, any kind of passion, any project that we've got on the go. So I'm seeing that you're in a kind of very watery place at the moment. That's kind of what the Queen of Cups would suggest to me. What advice do we have? We've got the Knight of Wands, which is the fire of fire, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sorry. So yeah, knights to me are fire, and the wands are the sort of fire. So queen's been water, cup's been water, knights fire, wands fire. So we've got the water of water, then we've got the fire of fire. So switching it up, it's like change. This Queen of Cups energy, what I would say is very passive. And I mean that's right in it's in the essence of your question. You feel as though you're procrastinating. Um, so right, so what are we saying then? Because passion is kind of like an emotion as well, isn't it? So it's not like you want to disconnect emotionally, but it's that motivation, it's that purpose. What I want you to do, right, is I don't want you to disconnect from the feeling of it and the emotion of it and what it means to you. That's really important. That's part of what drives the passion. But think about why you're trying to do it. Think of the reason and think of the purpose behind it all. That seems to be the key to the motivation for you. Think about who's the video that you're filming, and I genuinely don't know what it is. Who's your target audience? Who are you trying to do this for? What are you trying to achieve? All right. Now this isn't to kind of put pressure on you. Like most of the videos that I make really don't have like a massive amount of fire in them. It's not like I'm like I've got this purpose and it's really important that I do this. Quite a lot of the time I'm doing videos because I enjoy them, and because I just because it's an opportunity for me to engage. But you've got all this fire coming up. You've said in your question that you want to do it justice, and that suggests that it's maybe a bit more meaningful for you. So think about what you're trying to achieve and really connect with that purpose, with that fire. And that's what will ultimately light the fire in your belly. All right. Another thing, and this is just purely going off the visual of the card, and I didn't really show you this card, did I? So if you look here, he's actually being helped out. There's this bird here that's holding the wand for him, whilst he's doing what he needs to do. So can you use, that's the wrong word. Is there anyone who can help? Is there something or someone there that can help you? And if there is, then don't be scared to ask for that help. All right. Now, he's the Knight of Wands. The wand is a central part of this card, and it's interesting that someone else is holding the wand. Okay. You might actually, we could really brainstorm this and think about the roles. Is the knight the guy, or is the knight the bird? Who is the true knight here? So, we could go proper deep, right? But really what I'm getting from that is don't be scared to accept help from the people around about you. And that could be like shooting somebody a message and saying, this is what I'm toiling with. What do you think? Or it could be like, I really don't know how to do this bit of it. Is there any chance you could maybe come onto a Zoom call and spend half an hour just going through it with me and helping me with it? Accept help from people around about you. Don't feel like, I know that when we get this this passion and this real strong sense of purpose, and I know that you're a very independent kind of person, so I know that can be like, that can make you feel like, oh, I have to do this on my own, this is my thing. But if you again, connect with the purpose and connect with the reason that you're doing it, if there's someone else there who can help you with part of it and who can ultimately help you make it better than maybe what you could do if you just try to kind of hammer through it yourself, then that's something that should be utilised. You've then got the Seven of Cups coming up, all right? So it suggests there's a lot of choices open to you. There's a lot of different directions that this could take, all right? In the Seven of Cups, quite often, we're trying to discern what's real from what's maybe not real, reality from fiction. What's the word that I'm trying to think of? Wow. I don't know what it is. See, as soon as I start doing YouTube videos, it's as if half of my vocabulary falls out of my head. Because like illusion, that it's not even a fancy word. Yeah, so trying to like look at the different options that are ahead of you and separate what's a viable option for you from what's maybe not so viable, what's maybe an illusion, or what's maybe looks different to what it's going to end up being. That's going to be quite important. So definitely weighing up your options. Now, again, I don't know what it is, what the intricate details are, El, and you're probably putting comments here telling me, and I'm just. The Knight of Wands has been in my daily draws for the past 3 days. All right, okay, there you go. So there you go. It's that fire. Connect with that fire, El. What was I saying? What were we going? So I was saying I don't know exactly what the intricate details are, and I don't need to know. You can put the context around this, but looking at the detail of it, it's the facts are going to be important. Is kind of where I want to take that statement. Separating out fact from illusion or fiction, or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever the video is that you're doing. Yeah, do you know what? Let's leave it there. I think the main answer to your question was in the advice card. we've got this Seven of Cups coming up just to kind of throw a bit of a spanner, which I suppose the sevens are supposed to do that. They are the kind of spanner in the works that ultimately leads to personal growth. So that's fine. That's all good. But I hope that that made sense. And yeah, I hope that it inspires you to get that video made. If it is a YouTube video, then we're all very, very excited to see what it is that you're filming. If it's not a YouTube video, then I'm sure it'll be just as great. Okay, so that was L. Do I have any more? Around 20 to 11, so if there's no more questions, 2 pence, that was issue. You're very, very welcome, Kay. Justin, see, the problem is I'm seeing the current chat on the right, and then right, okay, so it's about mental health, so something that's close to your heart. Yeah. Cool. Well, like I say, if it's something that you're doing that we're going to see that's for YouTube, Elle, then I absolutely can't wait. But if not, then best of luck, and you can let us know how you got on with it. Okay, Neem tagged me. I was in the first 2 meetings, but departed to focus on Lenormand. Neem says lies, Chris, lies. That must have been about you making YouTube videos. Right, I'm not seeing any more orange where you've tagged me. Potentially, Mum. Where is... Oh, are you getting a reading now? Says Jen. Elsie's one card in and I already fancy the Queen of Cups. Yeah, they are really. I've just randomly shoved it into the deck, so I've lost it. Well, not lost it, but like some of the it was my card of the day actually. Let's see, I'll struggle to find it now. It's the Knight of Cups. Really reminds me of Sandy, so it does. Where are you? It was at the top when I first. I don't think I've got any more questions, so what I'll do is I'll just show you a couple of cards through this deck and talk about them. It's for the tubes. Excellent. Can't wait. Let's have a chat about that one. Oh, you're going to be the last card. There we go. It's the Knight of Cups. So yeah, like Sandy shaves his head now, so he does. But when he was, before I knew him, when he was younger, he did have long hair. And he's not a goth or mosh or anything like that, but he does love his kind of heavy metal music, and he loves these kind of style of t-shirts. Like he's got a t-shirt. I think it might be it's the comedian who has recently kind of announced that she wants to be known as she. Eddie Izzard. She wants to be known as she. I hope that I gendered them properly there. I think it's an Eddie Izzard t-shirt and it says Cake or Death on it. But yeah, he's got a lot of t-shirts like this. He's not got tattooed sleeves, but he has got massive feet. And if you look at the Knight of Cups' feet here, So Sandy's like a UK size 13. So this really reminds me of Sandy, which is nice as the Knight of Cups because, yeah, it's my Knight of Cups. So yeah, that's one of my favourite cards. The Justice card is really kind of, it's a Black Lives Matter rally. Um, Usually when I talk about justice, I don't normally tend to focus on like the justice system or, you know, any kind of like justice that how we would kind of normally colloquially talk about it, in our normal lives. It's more like a kind of this idea of having this system in place with these rules, these axioms or axia, whatever the word is. How like the system defines kind of what happens within it. It creates this kind of stability within it and allows people to really thrive and shine. Which is what the justice system endeavours to do. But one of the most important things about our justice system that enables it to be enables it to let people shine and be current and modern is the social justice aspect of it, right? So I think a lot of people, whenever we think about, protests and, um, all this kind of thing, um, I think people kind of feel a bit uncomfortable about it, right? But I think, and it's because like people are going against the grain, they're kind of going against what's accepted. I think we all need to, whatever side of whatever argument you're on, I think that we all need to kind of stop and remember that, you know, social justice is important to the overall justice system. The only way that a justice system works is if people stand up for what they believe in. If there's something that's wrong with the justice system, then we need to question it. We need to protest. We need to hold these rallies. We need to do this. That's not going against it. That is the very essence of what it is. That is how we keep our laws and our society modern and just. And it's just the way that it's meant to be, you know? And for me, seeing that in the justice card, it's not a concept that we often see in a justice card. Normally, we're taking like to Lady Justice with her scales, and which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's just nice to see something a bit different. I guess is where I was going with that. Um, and then the last card I wanted to talk about was the Ten of Swords because this is my favorite card in the deck. Um, I just love it. I did say to Zane when he was doing this, I said I do love a Ten of Swords that isn't like stabby stabby dead on the ground. Because for me, the Ten of Swords is about moving on from all the pain. And I mean, if you look at this, the person, that we've got this kind of sunrise, this new sunrise. They're walking on towards it, but not just that. On Jelly's live, he talked about the mushrooms and how that represents putting all the toxicity behind you. If you look at the cape, it's this deep red color that's kind of like the same as color as the blood. So to me, that's like this person isn't only put the pain behind them, they've taken that pain, they've taken all that shit that they've been through, and they've made it their superpower, right? They're moving on and they're wielding that as a tool for the betterment of not only themselves but everyone around about them. So this card, like, it's amazing. I love it. I really do love this card. So, yeah. Just catching up with the comments to see if there's anything else. I think we're starting to kind of come to a natural stopping point, guys. So I might leave it there. Thanks so much to everyone for being here. Thank you to everyone who got a reading. Elle, it's always lovely to read for you, just because I think this is maybe only the second reading I've done for you, and I always really enjoy doing it. So thank you for thinking of a question for us. And yeah, Jackie says looking forward to seeing a walkthrough of the cards in order. Yeah, like I say, Jackie, it's filmed, it's uploaded. I'll maybe do it as a premiere. I keep wanting to say preview, premiere. And that way we can all get together for a bit and have a good chit chat. All righty. So thank you so much to everyone for being here. I hope that you all have an amazing Friday and a great weekend. Elle says, Chris, next time you best be charging me and get your coin. No, Elle. I wouldn't ever take money off of you for a reading. You're one of the reasons that I'm here. Do you know what I mean? So even if I was going to start charging generally for readings would always be free for you, lovely. Anyway, guys, take care, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I'll hopefully speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.